Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got something really interesting. This is a pressure gauge that I've been using for some time. I want to talk about the things that I do not like, starting with the build quality and how the actual end hose connection hooks up to my tire stem. I'm constantly trying to wiggle this thing around to make sure that I get a good seal and I get a good PSI rating. I don't like the battery life. I don't like the quality, and I certainly do not like the time that I have to spend wiggling this thing around to get the right PSI on my personal gauge. So we're gonna put it through the paces. Stay with us.
We're gonna compare that standard market gauge that Andy just was talking about with our digital Akira Mach 4 gauge, which combines the ruggedness of a metal analog gauge with the lightness, ease of use, and accuracy of a digital gauge.
All right, so test number one, we're going to do a test pressure gauge on this tire. I'm gonna turn on my personal gauge, take it to the tire. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's gonna take a few tries to get it right on there, but I can still hear some air leak coming out. So I am at 36 PSI.
Hey guys, so now we're going to show you how simple it is to use the Akira Mach 4 digital tire inflator in comparison to the standard market gauge that we showed you earlier, using our new straight swivel clip-on choke and how that connects with the tire valve. So let me just warm up here to get ready to connect it onto the tire valve, but it's just easy. Straight in, no thumb lock to connect, straight in. Locked, sealed, 35.6. To disengage the valve, now you use the thumb lock to disconnect. Easy. Right, test number two is we're gonna run over these tire gauges. Don't tell Andy, but we're gonna run over the tire gauges to test their durability and their ruggedness.
The moment comes, grab hold and own it. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others down and out, you don't condone it.
Yes, we're gonna do this test. We're gonna run over these gauges with this vehicle. Ricardo just gonna give me the news. I mean, I'm not in love with this. So, yep, let's go. Let's test them out. Okay, so test number two, it is underway. Here we go. All right, so we tested it. I heard a pop, and it looks like the screen is completely cracked, and we've got a puncture in the gasket around it. So that's done. Okay, so my personal gauge is toast. What's coming up next is the digital Mark IV. Let's see how this bad boy will do against my generic one.
Perfect. Not a scratch on it. Not a scratch on it. And as you can see there, still working perfectly. There you go. The Akira Digital Mach 4 gauge. Tough enough to do any job you need to do.